The mic was off. But anyways, what I was saying is we're at all-time highs. Surprise, surprise. I gotta fix that up. But look at that. We are at all-time highs. We are exactly where we're supposed to be from the push from this morning. Will you look at that? Surprise, surprise. Went out for a walk, came back and saw this massive rip. And what's beautiful about it is that I pretty much missed almost the entire move. As usual. Look at this. Look where I was long at A30. 0250. Is it coincidence that I was long at that level and we bounced and we pretty much squeezed and that was the low of the day? Pretty much. Is that coincidence? I don't think so. That is not coincidence. That is called pure skill. No, it's not skill. It's called technical analysis. This was support. It made a whole lot of sense that we bounced from there multiple times. It was not trying to predict that the market was going to be doing this move, but it was essentially saying to me at this level that this was support and there was a good chance that we were going to bounce from it. Did I feel like we were probably going to sell off a little bit? Absolutely. There's always doubt that's going to creep in your mind. So, you know what? I'll take that. I'll take the credit for buying at the bottom. We're almost done with this combine. So I need to pretty much, okay, I don't want to sound like a gambler either. But let me put this up here. Why is this up here? Oh my goodness, this thing's already acting up. What's going on here? Give me a second. I gotta fix this screen. Give me 1 second. Why is this like this? Oh my goodness. Give me 1 second. Got too excited there with this. Let's see. What's going on with this? There we go. Almost. Almost. All right, we are good. We're back. So I'll take credit for buying at the bottom there. It was pretty obvious in my opinion as to why we bounced from there. It was support. It was resistance the day before. And at the end of the day, we pretty much tried to squeeze. As you guys can see there, it was resistance pretty much the whole day there. And yeah, so it was a key level. Point is, it's old news now. Now we must plan ahead. But I would like to get this combine up and done with and over with today. I need essentially another $400 to have this combine done. So with another $400, this combine will be officially finished. Let's see if we can do it. Can we do it? Let me fix something here. So I know we're all dying just for a setup. So I am. I just want to get that last $400 up on the account. Like that, I can walk away on a Friday with having passed the combine in just 3 days. 3 days, the combine would have been done and over with. That didn't sound too good. These guys, let me see something here. I'm just trying to make a nice quick plan for what I would like to see happen, what I'm going to be doing, what I'm going to be trading. If I'm going to be opening up a trade, I want to just trade one time, risk about 150, give or take, of course. Depends on the setup we have at the time of. And then that's about it. I'm looking here at the hourly chart on this end. I pretty much already know what I'm going to be doing. I pretty much already know where I want to be buying. I'm just trying to see if I can get a little bit more creative with this entry here. So you can see here on the pretty much 5-minute chart, I got multiple charts pulled up. I do review multiple ones before I make any decision if I'm going to be trading or not. We're pretty much congesting in this price zone here. So this is going to be our price congestion here. Okay. Trend is pointing up. Okay. We are in an upward trend. It makes obviously clear sense. There's no guessing about it. The problem with this, it's always the same problem I always have whenever price is moving like this. At any point, this can essentially sell off. At any point, this thing could reverse and quickly go test other supports, and it would be 100% fine. So the catch with this right now is basically, where do you buy so that you're not going to be in that spot? And in my opinion, the safest bet is if we were to somehow sell to 2350, possibly, maybe even that's too much, too deep. Maybe what I'm looking at here is on the 2-minute, if we were to maybe retest that 31 area. I actually traded this beforehand, so I do know that there was quite a bit of liquidity sitting right at the 28. I remember seeing this at when I was trading it, and it kind of gets denied there and makes that retest of pretty much, it trapped actually, retest the all-time high at 2350. So what I'm thinking is, if we can get a nice pullback to retest this high, that would be ideal. That would be probably the best, safest long entry here. The question is, will we actually get it? Because very easily this thing could start ripping to 57, 55, and 50. Like, this thing could easily do that. So, I mean, yeah. It's hard because when price is moving like this, the entries are very difficult there because the market doesn't provide with too many entries. And again, we're at all-time high. Every single tick you're looking at printing right now is it's a price that's a new high essentially. Well, not right now, but what I'm getting at is that we're at an all-time high right now. This zone is going to be very kind of tricky because there's nothing for me to really reference in the past. But what I can say is that if we do break above here, we're going to break through 50. We could essentially maybe get to that next level higher, right? So just looking at this like this, right? We could potentially go and test that higher level, right? Like 55 area, depending how we get there. But I do want to see some action and a reaction. So by that, I mean, I want to see some players get trapped. Right now, it's all longs. It's been all long game. I understand the trend is pointing up. I understand that we are probably going to push off higher. But I also understand that we could pull back and it would be 100% healthy for the market to do that. So you got to be very careful with how you're going to pick an entry if you are still looking to be trading this on Power Hour. The safest bet will probably also be to wait for that 350. The 350 algorithm is pretty on point with giving some setup sometimes. So let's see. We're testing that 40 support. I do want to see a deeper support being tested, like 31, like I mentioned. I wouldn't want to just be hopping at the first level of support. I want to see something get flushed. When something gets flushed, it can reclaim. And then that's when I want to get excited about being long. Like, this is a mild support. Like, I wouldn't want to be here right now. If we can get lower to like the 31 area, that's where I'll be getting more excited. Look at this. This is the 3-minute chart. I got this kind of trend line drawn up right now. That's kind of what it seems like we were on, and it seems like we're breaking it. So if we can fail, that would be very nice. At least we'll see some form of sell-off, which would be good. Like that, I can bid the next supports, and that could potentially provide me with an entry long. Look at that. 40 would have worked. And for anybody that says that, oh, well, if I want the market to sell off, why don't I look for shorts? Well, pretty simple why I don't look for shorts. Okay, do you really want me to show you why I won't look for a short? That's a trade idea I have. All right, I'm gonna pull up the 15-minute chart, and you tell me exactly where you would want to be shorting. All right, that's right. It's difficult to pinpoint where you want to short. Now it looks like we were congesting, and it looks like we could potentially sell off a little bit. But I'm not gonna be the first one jumping at the first sign of weakness. No way. I want to see, if we're going to sell, I want to see supports get just flushed, right? Like at that point, you can get excited. Right now, this could be just another pullback just to take price the same way it's been going all day long, higher. If we're going to get some selling, I want to see some selling being done, like real selling. This is not selling. This is not selling by any means. 15-minute chart. SPY's kind of pulling back. We do have a pivot on the SPY coming up. So I don't want to be getting too excited just yet. Another thing I would like to point out here, just to kind of maybe give a target or so or whatnot, but look at this over here. Like I talk about these pivots often because they do kind of come into play. You see on the 15-minute chart, look at where it got denied at, right at that pivot, right at that 47. I'm telling you, these things, they work kind of nicely. Sometimes when they work really good. You see that? It got stuck right there at the pivot, right at the pivot. Price tried to squeeze above it, couldn't do it. Retraces, bounces off support, tries again, try it again, try it again, couldn't do it. So it's not that per se that we're gonna reverse now, but they can be like a wall essentially that it can hold and be a magnet. So we could sell back down to the 25.50 as I stated, and that would be totally a healthy range for the market to do that. Would I be betting short just because I feel like it could go lower? Probably not. I don't know. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. We will see. But remember, trend is pointing up. We are squeezing out. We've been trapping the past 2 days. This thing could easily still go higher. That's why I'm not trying to pick tops. If I lose on a long, that's fine. That is okay. Look how much longs have been rewarded all day long, right? So I want to be with that train. Even though it might reverse and it might sell off right now, it's not up to me to pretty much decide when the trend is going to finish or when and where we're going to reverse. I just want to go with the train. I want to ride the train. It's easier to ride the train. I'm going to try a quick long off here. Let's see what happens. Let's just see if we can get a nice little pop above. Just because I've seen how many times we've tested that 40 level at this point. We could potentially get a nice rebound up here, right? You can see we flush it below, we reclaim it, we come back, we are coming back, and maybe it won't bounce this time, but that's okay with me. Like I said, I'm looking for quick scalps here if we can get it. If not, then no, not a big deal. We will move on to the next one. But like I said, this is mild support, so we could bounce from here. I'm not going to be looking to short. Shorting is a loser's game in my opinion, especially in this kind of market. So I will not be doing that. You're better off waiting for longs. They will reward you better as it has been rewarding in the entire day. You want to ride the train, remember. As dumpy as this could be, as dumpy as this could look, I still wouldn't short it. I still wouldn't do it. I still wouldn't do it. Again, do not attempt any of these trades. These are very, how do I say this? Pretty much risky, right? They're risky, and I do. You're eventually gonna have to expect some to fail, some won't. But at the end of the day, you got to put the odds on your favor, and you have to try to buy where you have some conviction. I am already long, like I said. The trade is going my way currently, where I bought at support, mild support, not massive. I could go break even just in case this thing wants to reverse on me. You never know. You can never really know. Like I said, as dumpy as this could look, it could change in a matter of seconds and reverse exactly as it's doing right now. And that's exactly why I wouldn't short. I would not short no matter how weak we're looking. I wouldn't short right now. The low of the 15-minute candle is 30. Let me double check. Of the last 15-minute candle is 39. My stop's currently at 38.50. If we can get a nice bounce from here, that would be very nice. Like that, maybe we can retest some of these higher levels as well. If not, like I said, it's not a big deal. I take a trade where I have some conviction, I have some form of sense of trend, and we could very easily squeeze right back up, and it wouldn't hurt the market at all to do that. Look at this. We look dumpy, right? It could sell, like I said. My stop is right here. My stop is right at 38.50. It could sell. I'm okay with understanding that the odds are not looking the best, but at the end of the day, I understand trend, and I'm not going to be the first one jumping in at the first sign of weakness. If she's going to sell, she's going to sell, and trust me, we will know that she's selling. We will know. Maybe if we can break out of this trend as well, that would be nice. All right. We'll see. Again, I'll probably just take this one trade, maybe one more after at 350, and that's about it. We'll see. If she wants to sell deeper to that 31, that's fine. My stop is right where it needs to be, 38.50, right below that candle where we bounced from. So I'm not too worried. Let's see if we can start rebounding from here now. If not, maybe we'll cut it. The low of the last 15-minute candle is 39, I believe. So my stop is at 38.50 or 39.75 actually. We will see. We're looking for that magical $400 just to get this combine up and done and over with. Let's see. Let's see if the bulls can reverse this right at the first mild support. Maybe they can. Maybe they can't. Don't fade the bull. Don't fade him. Look at this. Everybody's been trying to short everywhere. All day long, I can tell you accounts have been blown up just trying to pick tops. Trying to pick tops. And up here, no difference. No difference. They're trying to pick the top. They're trying to pick the top. They're trying to pick the top. They're shorting. Good work. Maybe for once, finally, that's fine. If not, we're just going to go and take them all out as well. Nothing changes. Nothing changes. I gotta say though, I do miss listening to music when I'm trading. Now that I've been starting this whole streaming thing and trying to record more videos to get my YouTube a little bit better and more views and whatnot, right? I'm trying to film these things, and then like I miss the music. I miss the thrill of music. I could put on earbuds and stuff, but I find that it's very distracting as I'm trying to speak for me. But we will see. Can the bulls push us right back up? Can this be pushed? Look at that. We're holding that low of the last 15-minute candle. If we can do that, we can simply retest some of the higher ground that we've left untouched and uncovered. So I'll be waiting for that to happen. Again, I'm showing all my entries. This is there's nothing else I could do. But will you look at that? We're bouncing right from support. There's nothing else to worry about to do. Just let the trade be. Whenever I feel like I want to take profit, is at 50. That's my target. Okay. 400 is the magical number that we're after right now. All right. If we can get it, great. If not, well, we follow the plan. We follow our plan. Can we do it? Can we push from this? We are currently up 100 on the trade, which makes it almost a 1-to-1 trade, meaning I was risking 150. We're almost up 150. I don't want to take one-to-one trades, but again, just for the combine and where we're at right now, you have to be a little bit flexible. We got liquidity at the 50s, so I'm hopeful that this thing might want to go there. I want some water. I'm debating if I should go break even on this already and then kind of let it be. Maybe I'll do that. I'm going to break even just because I can see some weird stuff is happening there. I'm going to go break even, and then I'm going to let this ride all the way until it wants to. I'm going to do that. I'll be right back. I'm going to get some water. Let me mute this. We're back, and the trade is still hovering right there. It's kind of tricky one because here we could easily sell, right? Or we could come back to retest that 40, and if I don't take profit, well, then I'm going to break even on it. But maybe I like this plan. Because of how high we are, it's not a bad idea to just give it the wiggle room it wants, which is that. I'm only giving it this because this thing could easily sell. I understand it's a mild support. If we're going to bounce from this thing, we're going to bounce from this thing. And there's no end ifs or whats about it. Come on, let's see if we can push. It's end of the day. Like I said, maybe they're going to do the push at 350. It's very possible and very doable for them to do that. They love to do it at 350. Coffee, mandatory at this time, as I pretty much always say. I don't know how many people blew up accounts today just pretty much shorting this thing. It's quite scary, actually. Come on, ES. Let's see if you can give a nice last push. Last push. Let's go take out these stops. I already know what's here. Everybody who is a bull that understands this knows what's here. These are called stops or fuel. This is the fuel we need right now to make that next leg higher, which we can do it. We can do it. Trust me, we can do it. We can do it. Look at that entry so far working out perfectly. Working out perfectly. Perfectly. Do you see why you don't short the top? Do you see that? Or are you still looking for shorts? Is why would anybody be looking for shorts? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know. I might just lock it in. Maybe it gives me like a little free trade for later on. I don't know. I think she wants to go higher. Look at that. Price is getting bought up. Price is getting bought up. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it. My plan is to let it be as a kind of like as a runner idea. It probably will end up break even just because of the way price is kind of moving around it. But at the end of the day, you know what? A break even trade is not the end of the world. At the up here, There's people who are shorting here, buying every single little tick. I'm just staying out of it. I'm already long. If it wants to go higher, it's going to take me with it. The point of the trade right now is to go with the train. I'm going to go with it. I want to be on top of it. Okay? I want to ride it. I don't want to go against it. I don't want it running me over. I want to go with this this massive push. Look at this push. Look at it. It's beautiful. 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 All you got to do is just sit on the runner and wait. You take profit here, it starts ripping, and then I'm just going to continue. Imagine I took profit there, it continues pushing, and then I'm going to be feeling FOMO. I'm going to be feeling a whole lot of emotions, right? There's nothing to do here. Let it be. That's the point of the runner. Look at that. 15-minute charts looking pretty good. We take a nice little bounce from here. If price can get squeezing, we can probably squeeze and test that upper channel trend that we're on right now. 55, that would be our ultimate target. First sign of resistance would be that 47 to 50 area. Pretty obvious why. Look at this. Pretty obvious. High right now, 49.25. Second target you would be looking at, 48.25. Third target you would be looking at, or sorry, your first real target to be looking for would be that 47.50. Okay, if we can get squeezing over the 47.50, well, 48.25 is probably going to get wrecked, and so is 49.50, because we're going to use their stops as fuel for the push higher. If we can get it. If we cannot get it, well, then we're going to be selling lower. But looking at this train, which side do you want to be on? Do you want to be on the short side or do you want to be on the long side? That's the only question you really need to answer yourself. And then, do I take profit here or not? Simple as that. And I'm saying no. I'm going to let this runner be. I want to let it run. That's the point of it. Look at it. Buy with the trend. The trend is your friend. She'll always be your friend. Always. Always. 187. I think this thing wants to squeeze. We're going to get ourselves a nice squeeze. Right end of day on Friday. Fresh Cash Friday, like I said. Sipping on a coffee. Waiting for that magical number so I can claim in 3 days we passed this combine and done. Over and done with. I'm leaving this. I am leaving this. If this thing squeezes past these highs, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm just debating if I should take this. So like that, when the 350 algorithms come in, I essentially have a free trade. Or if she starts squeezing right now, if she can give me a little bit more of a squeeze, I can just let this be. I can let it be. I can feel good about this trade. Why would anybody short this thing? It's already an amazing trade. Look at this. It's already an amazing trade. I'm just debating if I should take it like that when the 350 algorithms come in. As I keep stating, the 350 algorithms are going to come in and they can wreck this price up and down and all around, and it won't make no difference. Boom, boom, boom. Come on, let's get a little bit more of a push. Can NQ start pushing? If NQ gets out of this trend, out of this area where we're at, then we will push higher. NQ is coming up to the pivot once again. Spies above the pivot. ES pivot at 46.50. I'll refer to this once again. Look at that. The pivot is right there. 47 is resistance. If we could get denied, we could get denied there real quick and real hard, real fast. So I'll be waiting for what type of reaction happens right there. If we can squeeze right out of it, perfect. That would be the best case scenario, and we can get pushing all the way to 55. All the way to 55. I'm calling it right now. If we squeeze above here, all right? We squeeze above that 49 area, 55 is incoming. All right? That's what I'm saying. What could happen? I'm not trying to predict. I just simply buy at support. I have my stop at break even, and I let it be. I let it be. Should I take the profit? I don't know, maybe. It's already a good scalp long, so I might. Like that, it doesn't come back on me, and it gives me a free trade for it later on. Come on, we're almost there. Let's just squeeze. Let's squeeze with strength. There we go. There we go. Whoa, whoa, down. Now that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about right there. Can we squeeze over this pivot? It's so close to this pivot. It's right at that pivot. If it gets denied here, I'm just going to get out. The low of the current 15-minute candle that we are printing is 44.50. Look at it right here, right now. It's exactly coming up. That's the 44.50 is the low of that candle. We're coming onto that resistance at the pivot. Can we break it? If we break with strength, we will hop back right into this channel, and then 55 will be incoming. 55 will be incoming after we break above all this. If we can do it. If not, I'm just going to lock it in right now, and that's it. No big deal. No big deal. All right, I'm going to lock it in. I don't like how we're pulling back there. I can always re-enter. Not a big deal. We lock in another $187 with that trade. Perfect. All right, we're getting closer. We are now at the $1,000 mark, pretty much, 987. We're at the 987 mark on the day. Can we do it? Can she do it? I wonder what I'm wondering is if anybody's short right now. If people are getting blown up just because they're being yeah, kind of dumb by trying to pick tops, trying to short every single little dip. Or even here, right? Like you see where we get denied again, right there. That's why I said I'm going to be very flexible with how I'm going to take profit here at this level, because if we got denied here, then we're going to start selling. So, or we're going to start pulling back, and I just don't want to give back no profits. I already made a good trade. There's no need to get back more profits. It's just a scalp trade, not a big deal. Now I must wait. My stop was right here. Could have, would have, should have, still held, right? It's always like that. But you lock it in. As you cannot go broke taking profit. Taking profit will never affect your account. It all depended on that right here. See how we got denied right there? Very straightforward. As I said, if we were going to push above this, I was going to be very interested in holding, and we can touch that top of that range, 55. 55 would have been my target, touching the top of that channel on the 5-minute, or this is a 15-minute chart, but it doesn't matter. The point is resistance is right here. This is the current all-time high. We are under the pivot. Look how I hugged it. Look how price hugged the pivot. It's not coincidence. So we're either gonna pull back, could have given back the profits. That's why I'm gonna play it safe. I'm not gonna be dumb about it. What happened here? See this? This ended up in my other screen. So right now we're up 987. Can't complain. We're growing the account. I'm about $200.50 away from passing this combine. Let's see if I can get it done with that 350 algorithm. 3 days to pass this thing. 3 days. But it hasn't been done yet, so I cannot claim it. We're 250 away. Come on. Here, what I'm gonna be waiting for is just waiting for that 350 algorithm. I still think that we're gonna go higher, but I just didn't want to get back no profits. I'd rather lock that $187 like that. It's a free trade for later on. The real move is gonna come afterwards at 350. Like that, it's a free trade. The account was at whatever 180 below 987, so it's a free trade. I've made enough from this push right off the bounce just for a free trade. But you can see here, like, look why I waited. I waited for price. I got long at 310. I waited to see what price was. I didn't get long here. You don't get all emotional about getting long there just because you see all this happen. And I could have, would have, should have held all day. But you just have to wait. Look at these lows here. I was waiting also for these lows to get flush. You see all these lows from here, 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 here. They get sold into right here. See? This becomes our trap in a way. So now that the longs have been taken out there, okay, and then we also do another thing when we do that. We add on shorts. The shorts come in here, trying to claim that they now found the top, okay, and the longs get stopped, and then price just basically comes back into the range. Does that make sense? So that's why I got long right here. I understand that that's support. Did I take profit early? Probably, maybe, as usual, but that's always going to be the case. I just wanted to play it really safe. I was in the trade, but I did just lock it in. I just wanted to lock it down. Again, the real move I expect and I think would come at around 350. So at 350, I'm not saying we're going to make new highs, but we could if we break above that 47.50 area. Right here. This is what I'm looking at. See that? That's a 15-minute chart. This is our resistance right here. Right there. So where's the perfect long? Well, where I was at. I just had to hold it. But if we're gonna get denied, it's gonna sell pretty hard. So that's why I'm being cautious too. You gotta understand that. Even though this is a train that you don't want to be betting against us, so meaning I don't want to be short. I also don't want to be basically shorting because I feel like it's gonna go lower. I don't want to trade my feelings, right? So I bought long here where it made sense. I took profit where I thought it made sense, and now I gotta wait. We just gotta get over that 49. We get over that 49.50 area, basically all this, it'll be an easy 5 points. From here, it'll be an easy 5 points to 55, I think. It's kind of like this trade I took over here. Look at it here. This was resistance pretty much from the all-time high here. As soon as we break above, I saw on the book map, pretty much liquidity got swept, meaning the wall that was here was taken out. Pulls back slightly, and then it pretty much had a nice push, right? So you take profit here. Well, I took profit there. Pulls back, flushes again, reclaims the level. You got to understand that the market is after orders. The market cares about liquidity. That's what it cares about. Retail cares about chasing price. So meaning, what am I trying to get at here? This was the all-time high, 23.50. So when they see that we're above here and we're breaking down again, they want to short. So the shorts are basically saying they want to be short here. So they're taking shorts, and something else is happening as well that's beautiful. The longs over here, all these people that were long, okay, at the breakout, they're getting taken out here. So they're taking out the longs and they are basically trapping shorts. And then after that move happens, price basically just rebounds right back into the level and then continues its direction. So I want to be the one trading after this happens, after the trap happens. You want to trade the trap. Wait for a support to get flushed, because when a support gets flushed, that tells you shorts are piling on, and that also tells you that the longs are getting out of their position. And then when price squeezes right back into the range, you want to take a long off here, and well, I mean, the rest is pretty much history. And what I'm getting pissed off here is that the pattern we're building, we're going to be breaking out, okay? But that doesn't mean that I want to be buying here. I want to be buying down here at this entry right here. Right? Which I did. And that's what's pissing me off, that this thing might want to go. But I'm not going to chase it. Right now, what's the best entry that I see here? Very, very easy. Super easy. I want to wait for that 350 algorithm. The 350 algorithm is pretty messed up, so you got to understand how it works. What I'm waiting for, what I'm hoping for, is I want to see this get really quickly flushed. The same thing. I want to see the same thing. I want to see a trap. You see this trap? Something like this? Obviously, all traps are made in different sizes. They're going to be very different. So I want to wait for a trap for all these longs to get taken out. The shorts are going to be basically piling on as well. So I want to see price come lower, reclaim this level. Once we're above 40 again, I want to take a long off there and we could essentially squeeze higher. And at that point, we're also going to have created the fuel down here. Makes sense? Trapping shorts and taking out longs. And we're also leaving fuel for the push higher. All these up here are going to be stops. There's shorts up here and their stops are right above the previous candle. Their stops are right here. Okay. Whoever shorted here, where's their stops? Right here. Whoever shorted here, their stops are here, or vice versa. But the point is the stops are there. But in order to get that action to happen, the best and safest play and one of my best sweet setups that always pretty much works is the trap. I want to see a trap. So if that happens, I'm going to be taking longs for sure. You just got to wait a few more minutes. 350 is incoming. 350 can get really wild. And if she doesn't, if she wants to sell, well then, you know what? We got to follow our plan. We're going to have a stop, right? So if price reclaims, my stop's going to be around the 39 area. If I get stopped out for a point or two, that's totally fine. But you need to understand that the odds are for price to go higher. Look at this train. Where would you want to be shorting? I'm not too sure. This is a 2-minute. It looks pretty rough. But look at this. Look at the bigger picture. 15-minute time frame. Tell me the best spot to short all day. If this doesn't work and this ends up being fuel like I just explained, this is going to be bad. Like we're going to be pushing easily to 55, 57 area. But the point I'm trying to make here is that you want to short into weakness when you see weakness happening and then rebounds that basically sell. Okay. But this is not a short for me. Even if it starts to sell right here, right now, it feels guessing to me. I wouldn't want to be taking shorts. Do not short the train. You're better off waiting for better entries so that you can go with the flow, go with the train. The trend is your friend. I'm sure every trader hears that, but every trader does the complete opposite. They're looking for the opposite side of the trend, which makes no sense. Even if this sells, right? Let's say this sells. Even if it comes back and it has a big drop to 24, which is the current previous all-time high, I want to be taking longs of that area. It becomes a ping pong rinse and repeat game of ping pong, in my opinion. Look at this. You see how price hugs this area, 60 to 67 area, and then we get a massive squeeze. Okay, and that price was key for multiple days. 63, 67 area. Okay, let me get to my point. And I can go back for the pretty much this entire week as to why, I mean, the price was basically hugging that area multiple times. Okay, but why? Why was that price so important? Because it was the previous all-time high that we were breaking out of from the last week. Look at it right here. This was our previous all-time high. I just need to keep going back. I should have pulled up the hourly. The hourly is going to be much easier. It's almost 350. Let's wait for that to happen. There's no need to do nothing right now. So look here. This was our previous all-time high. This little block of area of resistance right here. Okay, right there. 64 to 65 area. That's the previous all-time high. So what ends up happening after we break above it? Well, then we come back and we retest it. Once, twice. We flush below it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Price loves to go back to retest these levels, right? So that's my basic, simple analysis of what I can tell you that is happening here right now. Even if price were to sell and come back here, we're just going to be repeating the same old boring cycle of price coming back, retesting its previous high. If it cannot maintain it, well, then we will react with shorts, and so will I. Until then, I'm still leaning bullish. Price could come back all the way here and have this quote-unquote sell. You're still not finding the top. All price would be doing at that point is back testing. Look what happens when we finally break above it. Look at the next hourly candle. Where did it bounce from? Exactly the previous all-time high, 23.50. Right from it. That blue line was the previous high that we're breaking out of from today. That's it right there. Look at it. Price had some problem for a few days. We consolidated, we break above it finally, price back tested, and then we get a nice trend, right? So Again, technical analysis can be made simple. You got to do your own homework so that you can understand it better. But the idea is very simple. You buy at support, you sell at resistance. I was just long here of this minor pullback. I was just waiting for a trap to basically flush and reclaim this level so I can feel more confident on this. But we will see. I'm still leaning to the upside. We get over that 50, this thing's going to start pushing. I don't know why I took profit. May I get an opportunity to work for you as a thumbnail designer for video editing? Yeah, I guess you can send me a private message. I mean, I'm always open to ideas, and other content creators or like yourself that do probably do better work than me. Like, again, I'm just starting out with this stuff and I'm more of a trader myself. Instagram, no. You can message me on Twitter. My Twitter's on the bio there. It will have to be through X or Twitter, whatever they call it now. It's X now. Mail should be on there. Let me check. Let me give you this. Oh, you don't have X? Okay. Well, I don't have Instagram. That's gonna. I guess you can email me. Here, I'll give you the email. It's fine. But you might have to get. I don't remember which one is on here. Give me a second. I'm just looking up price too, because again, I'm trying to get this breakout, and I am filming it for a video later. That's why. Nice, but that's pretty funny. Well, I mean, thank you, I guess. So let me see what email do I got here. It's almost 350. I'm here waiting just for that 350 to pretty much kick in. Here, I'll give you this email. You can email me over here. Send me an email there, and I will. I'll get back to you after market close. That's right. That's pretty much what I do as well. Yeah, at the gym. In the mornings, 6:30 when no one's there. Like that, I can do whatever I want. Go from machine to machine and easy. So we're looking for this breakout. I hope I'm not buying. I'm not getting in late here, but I'm just gonna be waiting patiently. I do want to get this breakout if it can happen. I was hoping for price to return, but obviously it's not happening. So we'll see. I want to see a trap. I don't want to be the one getting trapped up here if we're gonna be selling. And if there's no trade, there's no trade. I'm not gonna force it, but like I said, I was long here. As always, I take profit a bit early. I should have just left my stop at break even. That was my original plan. Would have worked out better if I just listened to myself. But then again, considering that I was long from here at the very morning, could have, would have, should have, held since the morning. Look at that. So I'm just waiting to see what's about to happen. What's the future? I'm about like 250 away from passing this combine. I just want to try to get the last trade in so I can pass this thing and be over and done within 3 days. I'm going to be looking for longs above that 50 area, 49 area. I think it'll be an easy 5 points afterwards. But let's see. It all comes down to the price. Well, how price is going to act at this time. I think she wants to go higher. I'm not going to be shorting. I'm not trying to pick tops. Nothing stupid. Just waiting. Almost 350. Couple seconds left. Got to get ready. Got to get ready. Exciting, exciting. Let's see what's about to happen. Again, over that 49, over that 50 area, I'm looking for longs. Or I want to see a trap. The best play is the trap. 350, it's here. It usually starts off like this, a little bit slow. Wait, let's see what's about to happen. Let's see, let's see. This is good. This is part of the plan. Price falls, traps below. That would be the best entry for me. I want to see price get broken here. I want to see all these longs get taken out. Okay? I want to see them get taken out, and I want shorts to start piling on. Then I take a long when price comes back here, and we're looking for a move higher. That's what I'm looking at. Will she give me that setup? Right now we could be, we're still in that same area. Maybe it's not gonna make no move. We'll see. It's a 350 algo. The last 10 minutes is always exciting. Usually, if she wants, she'll give me a nice move, nice setup. I'm not gonna be shorting, that's for sure. Come on, let's see if we can get over this. There's that 49 area is just sitting right there asking to get taken out. Just waiting. I'm just waiting. I really want to wait for that setup. I want to see these lows get flushed. Almost. Come on, give us a nice setup, ES. There's that liquidity at the 50. 50 liquidity, it wants it. I know there's gonna be liquidity there for sure. Bookmap says so, and so does the chart. Everybody's stops are right here. That's what the liquidity is sitting there, pretty much. 46 is stops. Come on, just flush a little bit more for me. Will she give me a setup? I think it wants to go higher, but I just need to wait for a proper entry. I need to wait for a nice entry, and that's it. Waiting, just waiting. Like I said, we're currently up 987. Took that little trade, and it's not moving. It's not doing anything, unfortunately. So there's no trading for me right now. I gotta just wait. I thought we were gonna. I know all these stops are over here. All these stops are at 50. Bookmap is showing me that there's a lot of liquidity at the 50s, and take a wild guess what that is. That's everyone's stops. Whoever's short here, whoever's short here, whoever's short here, all their stops are right there. Where it seems that we're pushing off with some strength now. Am I really going to be bidding right here, right now, right below that order block, which is right there? I'm telling you, the stops are here. If we get over this, it can work. But the best setup is waiting for this 40 to flush. If we can flush 40, we can reclaim 40, then we're definitely going to be taking out those stops. The question is, can we do it in the last 5 minutes? It does seem quite a bit aggressive of price for it to come lower and then go higher, like all the way up there. We were just long. This is what bothers me. I was long at 41.25. I took my profit there. Should have left that runner. That was part of my plan. Just leaving my stop at break even and waiting for this to happen. I think it wants to go. I think she wants to go. But I got to wait just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. I'm not getting in here. I'm not getting too excited because I was just long. I should have had my runner and I didn't. I took it out early, obviously. But seems like we might want to be going. Wait for it. I'm waiting for it. I'll probably be chasing if I add here, so you got to be careful. Are we really going to break this thing right now without me? My goodness. Wait, I don't want to be getting stuck here. This price could easily sell. And yeah, see exactly that. We don't want that. That's why you got to pay. You got to be patient. You got to watch. You got to see. But you see how we're bouncing from there? Good work. You got to wait. We're right at that pivot. We're right at that pivot. We're getting denied right there. Right at that 47. That's our big problem here. That 47 area that I already talked about, the pivot, that's a resistance there right now. I'm just watching. Got a few minutes left before this market closes. If she doesn't want to give a setup, well, then we don't force it. It was either gonna go or it's not. And if it's not, well, then you know what? It's not a crime not to finish the combine in 3 days. But I'm not gonna be willing to give back profits if we're not gonna be pushing. All right, I think I might consider this just for a quick scalp. Okay, nothing too crazy. So don't get too attached to this trend. All right, I'm not gonna be holding for very long. Again, if it wants to go, it wants to go. If not, we're getting denied. I'm gonna give back those profits I made on the previous trade. That's okay with me. That was part of the plan. As I said, I'm just going with the trend to see if I can get a push. Do not copy this trade. This is so risky. It's not even funny. But again, I'm willing to risk it over here. End of day. Hopefully we can push above these stops, take out these shorts before end of day. If not, then so be it. $42.25. Maybe we're not gonna push anymore. It's gonna give us a little bit of wiggle room, just a little bit more. Got 3 points, stop on it, so it's nothing crazy. Gonna give us just a little bit more, nothing. 43.50. Let's see what's about to happen. We're either gonna sell down right now or we're gonna push above to take out these stops before the weekend. Almost closing time. Come on, NASDAQ. Help us out here. We gotta break through that pivot on the NASDAQ. It's not going. Come on. Give us one last push. I know you've been pushing all day, but the trend is your friend. All right. Come on. Let's see if we can get it. One last push. One last push. Come on, algos. Come on. Come on. Come on, algos. I'm probably not going to hold until 55 if it starts running. Again, I'm just I'm observing price. I'm watching. See what's going to happen. And the dollar's showing some weakness too. SPY's attempting that rebound. It's right there. If we can really get the stops are right here. Stops are right here. This will be the fuel if it wants to go, but not enough time maybe. So it happens. Again, with the 350 algos, you got to be prepared for anything. As I keep on saying, you got to be ready for anything and everything. It's not over until it's over with the algorithms. Look at that. It's going everywhere. This thing, I think it wants to take out these stops right before the weekend close. That's my opinion. And then if not, then I'm getting stopped and I'm giving back some profits. That is okay with me. I'm going to cut this at probably 4. Few more seconds. Come on. Let's see. Hey. Let's see what's about to happen. And am I stopped? No, not yet. Okay, now I'm stopped. All right. It happens. We give back the profits we made from this little trade here. Not a big deal. I can afford that risk. We still finished the day with 825. Not a big problem. That's fine. It's again, the algorithms at 350, they can be tricky. And the same way it just sold off here, it could easily start rebounding again. It was, like I said to myself, it was a very risky trade. I normally wouldn't take it, but I am on the combine. I was just trying to get that last $250 to pretty much complete it in 3 days. But we'll have to complete it in 4 days now. So I'll review that email after the close today. I'm gonna just finish up doing some editing, and then I'll check it out. So I do appreciate your feedback, I guess, and yeah. So which time will the market close? What do you mean by how much time the market will close? Well, regular hours for stocks are, I think, until 4. But yeah, like ES will pretty much close until, I think, 5 o'clock. So yeah, I could still be holding a position. I just don't want to. Again, it was either gonna go for me or it was not, and it didn't. It didn't. It is what it is. I knew the better area to be buying was here, and waiting for it to flush and reclaim. That's my cup of tea setup. Just again, I let emotion, I guess, get to me too. I was just $200 away from finishing that combine, and didn't happen. So it's okay. Monday's another day. That's fine. All right, so I'm gonna finish the stream here. I'll email you, or I'll get back to you for sure. Just like I said, give me a little bit of time, a couple hours, and I'll get back to you. So thank you for watching, I guess, and have a good weekend. Enjoy it. Okay, and yeah, I'll be back here on Monday. Have a good one.